Alright guys, we're back with Final Fantasy X HD Remastered for the PS4. I am James, the whole effing show, your guide and host today. And I told you in the last video that we were going to be stopped with the last file that I was using for the main story, and I would switch over to my own personal file. So if you see, my time is 115 hours and 6 minutes. Yeah, I told you. So if you thought I'd use that old file and just grind it up somehow, there's no possible way I could do that fast. As you can see, my stats are really high. I can show you some of the stats that I have. It's my status. This is Titus. He's my overall strongest character. These are stats I use for the Dark Aeons. I told you eventually I might do those, but like I said, that grind is gonna be ridiculous. So I don't know if I'll still do those or not. This is Yuna, really high stuff. Like I say, with that luck that high, there's not almost anything. And then with Waka, his luck being so high, there's no way possible he's missing anything in this game. Because if you have max luck, there's nothing that can dodge you. Nothing that can dodge you. So you don't really, like I told you, you don't need accuracy, you don't need luck. I do have their overdrive. I have Wakas. Wakas take time. As you saw in that video when I was trying to get it, you have to win a certain amount of blitzball games, I remember correctly. So before you can do any of that, you have to win those. So he has double AP also, just like Yuna has. Evading counter, triple overdrive, break damage limit. Excuse me. You saw Yuna's. Titus's. I don't ever use Titus's because that's stressful, and I'm not doing that. Breaking that damage limit. Breaking that damage limit is key for me. I made his own ultimate weapon, Excalibur, because I just used 99 dark matters I stored up, so I use those. Definitely, that's easy. I just make his own, because his normally has triple overdrive, break damage limit, evading counter, and magic counter, which is great. The shields, this is a different shield that I'm using, the one with 20%. These are the ones you need to beat penance. You put it on here with auto haste, but auto potion, but I really don't know why I didn't use auto potion. So that's gonna be really hard to do because he is pretty strong. He hits hard. There is Orin, who I have his break damage limit, triple overdrive, first strike, counter attack. To get his sigil, all you have to do is capture, I think, one of every monster in 10 different regions. So you capture that, and the monster arena guy just give you his sigil. So you kind of just got to be a nomad and go capture monsters. You'll get it. Capturing monsters in this game kind of unlocks so much. So let's talk about armors for Dark Aeons. This is what all you need right here: Stoneproof, Auto Protect, Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix. You do not need break HP limit to beat these enemies because they do a lot of damage as it is. Auto Stoneproof, anytime they attack you, if you scratch them, if they scratch you or whatever they do, they'll instantly turn you to stone. Somehow they all have a Stone Strike, or Petrified Strike, however you say it. Auto Protect lessens their physical damage unless you're fighting Dark Bahamut after he uses what do you call that attack? An impulse that puts full break on you. He'll do a ton of damage to you then. You have Auto Haste that you always want to double your speed, and Auto Phoenix because you're going to die a lot. So every time somebody dies, you want to make sure you put that Phoenix on them. You need Mega Phoenixes for those. Auto Haste, you need Chocobo Wings, not Chocobo Feathers. Auto Protect, you need Lunar, you need Star Curtains. Oh no, you need Light Curtains for that. And Stoneproof, you need Petrified Grenades. So that is that. As you can see, I got these big giant, all these spear levels. There's a trick you can use one of the monsters in the monster arena. As you can see, my Titus has been over just about the entire spear grid. So there's still a lot of things he hasn't covered, so I haven't gotten a trophy for it, but he's been just about over the entire spear grid. So that is that. So without further ado, let's move it along. Oh, don't think we covered last time. We beat Seymour Omnis. We've fought through all the different battles of sin, and they're pretty scary. So that's just like that's pretty something. So also, I do have to say in this video with I quit Lulu, so you're gonna see where you're gonna have no battles. I got the peaceful. I talked about this with the underwater bosses in Botch Temple, that this is the items that you're looking for. I probably got more peaceful items, don't realize it, but generally somebody drops this item. I thought it was him, but it may not be him. they drop no encounter, so I don't have to worry about any of that. I could just run through spots because I knew this would be the thing. Just know it's about to be a slaughter fest because I'm about to kill everything. I could make this game a lot easier and take my ultimate weapons off. I just might do that just so I can show you some of their attacks, because literally by this time in the game, most people go do the post game before that, I call it, before they start doing the final dungeon, the final thing. So with this going on, dude, that thing just come up, and that actually scared me the last time. It scared the living crap out of me. Just go down here to your left. Fun fact, I actually tried to record this yesterday and it didn't seem to record for some reason, so that was really funny. If you go to the left, if you go to the right over here, there is something over here. It's a rod for Yuna. Since I have a Nirvana, there's no point in me using it because I don't need it. So you just walk into this, you touch this, and Titus goes on another acid trip. So what you want to do is, you see these little crystals, you want to pick these up. Stay away from the large tower, the large towers that are coming up out of there. Skill sphere, really good to have. Bam, pick that up. Steel blade, that is something for Orin, so use it. My brother Puff Daddy Slim did call me yesterday while I was trying to record it, so I was like kind of running into a whole bunch of stuff, and it was funny because he was calling me. So I was trying to like talk to him and record this at the same time, and it wasn't working. So I mean, I got it. I started to figure out what I had to do again, because like I said, I don't really remember most of this stuff, because until up from the start of the game to Unaleska, I know everything you do. I don't really know, honestly. I can't tell you really. I can't even honestly tell you. I don't remember how many times, maybe 2 or 3 times I've probably seen the ending of this game. That's how many times I've probably only beaten the final boss. I normally just go through the game, have fun with it, and then I'm done. After you get a certain number of these, you will go on an acid trip again. So a huntrin is something for Titus. Let's see if you do that, you can't get into battles. There's no way I'm fighting this thing because I know how much HP this thing got. I'm just gonna flee. You know, in where I'm fighting that thing. Yeah, I probably could kill it, but in a few shots. But I don't feel like fighting it. Great Marlboro. Just killed it, no problem. Counterattacked it and just killed it. Okay, that will tell you Titus. I have a few different ones for him. I have one, this poison proof and stone proof, and auto med. This is used for that thing you just saw, the Great Marlboro. I got this one equipped to him, and then I have the Phoenix shield, and I got 4 different. Look, the grinding I did this game is ridiculous. This is the one I used when I had to fight what was it that I was fighting? This was the thing I fought for the Dark Aeons, because at least a few of them, when the Mega Sisters, when you fight them, they have something called Mega Graviton, and what Mega Graviton does is when you get hit by it, it'll put Doom on you, and maybe it's a certain different status effects. Ribbon, you need 99. I think if I remember correctly, you need 99 dark matters. You put that on, and it'll protect you from almost every status effect. So when you fight Dark Anima, she has Mega Graviton as a normal move, so it can be quite taxing to have that, and then everybody gets hit with Doom, and yeah. Then you gotta start setting up auto lives, and it gets hard. Best thing to do is just kind of hold off here. This looks like Macalania. And now you're going on an acid trip.
You're late, Oren.
And guess look who's standing here.
I know. Hey.
Huh?
That sounded weird.
You got tall, but you're all bones. You eating right, boy? You've really grown.
Yeah. But you're still bigger.
Well, I am Sin, you know.
If you knew this from the first part of the game, this is that little
That's
section.
not funny.
Well, then. I mean, you know. Let's end this.
Dad,
Yeah.
I hate you.
I know. You know what you have to do.
And he knew it, so he wanted me to kill him.
Yeah.
So it's go time.
I can't hear the hymn so well anymore. Pretty soon I'm gonna be Sin. Completely. I'm glad you're here now. One thing though. When it starts, I won't be myself anymore. I won't be able to hold myself back. I'm sorry.
That's enough! Let's finish this, okay?
And Titus still
right.
care for eject. You could easily see it.
Well then, let's go.
Yes, he changes. Just to tell you, I do not remember this thing. I don't know how much HP it has.
No!
This is a boss fight. This is one of the major boss fights in this part. One of two. Or one of a few, I'll say. I don't. Another really great cutscene. And then we get the cool cut music you get from the start of the game. This is what fought Sin years ago.
I promise this will be quick. Hit me with all you got, Dad.
Now, like I told you, I actually don't know. I'm actually gonna click the Brotherhood. Oh, this is Walker. I forgot his ass first strike on it.
I won't lose.
But actually, Orin is actually in there. Shockingly, I didn't think his attack would even. I don't think he'd be in there. I'm kind of taken away. So he only has 60,000. He only has 60,000 HP. So I'm like literally gonna shoot him. I'm gonna kill him in one shot. So, excuse me. Man, it'd be so fitting. Yes, his battle's really cool. Those little things on the side of him can give him more HP and charge him up. So you can kill those statues behind him. But like I say, I'm just gonna manslaughter everything in here because I'll show you why you need to manslaughter everything and why you need break damage limit to do half the stuff. So he does change. As I didn't remember this, but he does change. Now he pulls that giant sword out because you notice when I hit him there was no overkill. Oh, let's show you what even this. Yuna on her weapon, of course, has one of this. My Yuna has a lot more magic, a lot more. So you gotta kind of go through some of this stuff. I use holy. I don't remember if you can kill these things, but I think you can kill these things. Or you can shut them down. Titan can do the same thing because he knows holy and he has one MP or one. I did that for one of the monsters in the monster arena. That can be really a pain. And he can do just the same thing. So now stopping those will stop him from doing anything. I'm literally gonna let him attack. And he's dead. As you can see, he barely even got a turn because I have auto haste on. That's how you'll see this stuff is really not hard. It's not hard because of that. But if you see the way you fight those Dark Aeons and how many turns they can still get, it's like a regular battle. And I'm pretty sure you know what that is. Then you get that cool boss music. Jack looks like one of the coolest characters ever. Like he seemed like he was quite the fighter back 10 years ago.
You'll cry. You're gonna cry. You always cry. See? You're crying.
Always cool cutscenes.
Dad.
You see that little black thing floating around? Pay attention to what that is.
Save it for later.
Right. We've got a job to do, don't we?
Good. That's right. You are my son, after all.
Like I remember, so I'm doing this kind of off the dome now, really.
Glad to have you as my father.
Sir Jack, I should...
No! Yuna! There's no time!
You stay away!
Yuna, you know what to do. The Aeons!
We Aeons.
Call them!
Call us!
That little black thing floating around, that is you Yevon. So now we literally have technically destroyed Sin because his Aeon isn't around. We just killed his Aeon. So the armor that you Yevon would attach to an Aeon, that Aeon is gone. That little black thing floating around, that's you Yevon. Like I told you, once we do, I'll explain it. And also, I will tell you what my next Let's Play will be at the end of this, at the end of one of these videos. I'm trying to quickly get through this stuff, so we don't have to have too many more videos of the main story. So Yevon is trying to attach to one of her new Aeons, one of any of her Aeons, to transform them into Sin.
Yuna!
So for this battle, you have to actually summon and kill every one of your Aeons. It sucks, but yes, you have to summon and kill every Aeon. If you do not do this, they're doing this because you Yevon are just attached to one of them and make them sin again. See? Now, before we do start this battle, if you notice, you see everybody, if you can see it, you have a faint halo over your head. What that means is you have, with that faint halo, that means you have automatic auto life for these battles, because you know there are ultimately, how do I say this? There are ultimately, you know, your Aeons have attacks that'll hit everybody, like Bahamut's Impulse, their overdrives, all of that. So if you are a lot weaker than I am at this point, you won't die in any of these battles. But I'll tell you why when we get to the final battle. I'll tell you why that it makes it so hard that you couldn't actually kill the final boss without having break damage limit. As you can see, Yuna can cause max damage with one swing of her rod. That I told you, this takes an incredible amount of grinding, because there are enemies in the monster arena that spawn certain spheres. And if you didn't know, Anima is actually considered a final Aeon. So literally, there is a final Aeon, and there is a final she is known as a final Aeon. So that is why she's so powerful. What happened is Seymour got scared. He got scared and angry and frustrated when his mom became a Faith. So he took her Faith and dragged it somewhere else and put it in Bod's temple, so nobody could get to her. He didn't want anybody else to have her power. These technically are the Dark Aeons, because that's exactly what the Dark Ifrit looks like, just about. If we want to, also while we're in this battle, we can't talk about where to find each Dark Aeon. If you want to know where the locations are, the areas that you might want to avoid until then, Belfort is found when you try to enter Besaid again. If you step to it, you will go to the entrance of it. A summoner come out. He'll say Infidel. He'll summon it, and he'll say prepare to charge, and then it flies at you. Battle starts. Ifrit, he is found in a gorge that is off where home used to be. When you cross the Cenubia Sands, he'll be in that gorge down there. You'll talk to this little lady over there, I'm not sure what, and she'll tell you she lost her child, but it's a summoner. You'll look down there and you'll see Dark Bahamut. He'll jump up and then you fight. Ixion, he is found in the Thunder Plains. There is somebody out. There is a person off to the side. You do not want to mess with that thing. He's off to the side. He's like near a lightning tower. Do not talk to him because it's a summoner in hiding, and he will summon Dark Ixion. There is, let's see, going to order. Shiva is in front of Makalania. So once you walk up, another same thing. Summoner will summon him. That battle will begin. Bahamut, I told you, is in the back of where you fought Leska. He's in Xanarkand because of his connection to Titus. There is, let's see, Anima, I'll say. Anima is on Mount Gagazet, but you have to release her by doing those trials again with that ball and everything. She'll be at the base of it. You can normally see her in her chains and everything. She does have the most HP out of all of them. She has like 8 million health. If you want to find Yojimbo, he is found in the Cavern of the Faith, the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. See this? She easily dodged his attack because his luck was low. But Titus was able to hit her. She has high evasion. So when it comes down to Yojimbo, he is found in the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. With the Cavern of the Stolen Faith, you'll fight him, but you have to fight him like 5 times because for some reason or not. You have to find him 5 times and kill him 5 times. He has a lot of overdrives, and Waka is probably the biggest thing that goes on. Waka's ability, his attack reels is probably the best thing to use against it. If you hit it correctly, it does like 14 hits of max damage, so he's probably the easiest person to kill it with. That's how I beat all the Dark Aeons. After him, I believe it was just the Mega Sister. They found on Mushroom Rock Road. You can choose to fight them as 3, or you can fight them one-on-one. I fought 2 at one time, Sandy and Mindy, the smaller one and the middle one, and then I fought the big one by herself. Best to not fight them, I'll say this. It's best to not fight them together because they can use their Delta attack. When you fight them separately, you will have the ability they will have the overdrive of Mega Graviton. Like I remember, Anima has Mega Graviton as the normal attack. Bahamut, his battle is pretty simple. It's pretty hard because he always, after every 5th time you attack him or damage him, he will counterattack with Impulse. So you have to be very careful of that and his overdrive charging up at the same time. So the battles aren't really hard. They're really just like once you find a strategy, which they don't really have one, you can kill them. The only person you have to worry about is Bahamut because the strategy is really hard and you need first strike in order to deal with Yojimbo because somebody needs auto life. For the very first battle you fight him, he ambushes you and he can Wazakashi you and kill you in one shot, or he can just Zamato and kill you in one shot. Like I say, maybe one day I'll come back. If I get enough viewers, enough people that want me to do it, I'll probably make that grind again for it, but we'll find out. I really want to end this. I really want this to be the finale. And like I said, I never got the trophy for beating this final person. One more set. Oh no, I still got Yojimbo to beat up on. I was training Orin. I was working on him and to boost up his strength and everything. That's why he's in my party, and since I got his ultimate weapon, I was trying to do all of that. But you notice it's hard for him to hit anything because he doesn't have it. These Aeons possessed by you, Yevon, are stronger. So it is harder for Orin to hit them because all their stats are higher. So maybe at the end of this video, I can be able to tell you exactly what my my next Let's Play will be. Now we just finished the Mega Sisters, and then it's final boss time. You could probably already guess you fight Yu Yevon at the end, at the final boss. You don't have to be extremely strong in order to fight half any of these enemies. Like I told you, you cannot really lose because you have auto life on you. And you know, these guys have all the abilities, so they can cast Ultima and ultimately kill all of y'all. And then I'm guess the developers didn't know that, so they're like, nah, we can't do this. We can't just let them go down in one shot. And auto life was harder to get in the original PS2 file, if I'm not mistaken. And now he has to split into 3 in order to get all of them. This is pretty much all the Dark Aeons you're fighting. A weaker version of them, no less. So, watch this. I'm shocked he hit her. You're not dead yet? Die, Pilgrim. Die. You see, they're barely getting attacked because when you got auto haste on you, especially, that also makes capturing monsters so easy. I would highly recommend you do that. Get all those certain items and weapons. So great if you do that. So let's talk about Yu Yevon for a second. Pretty sure you know you killed all your Aeons, and now Yu Yevon is the only thing left to fight. Yu Yevon was a summoner that lived in Zanarkand. You know, Zanarkand and Bevelle were in battle. They were at war. And Yu Yevon was the person that created Sin. This is Yu Yevon. He was the most powerful summoner there was. He decided to summon Sin. Sin wanted to destroy all their Machina cities. Yevon told a bunch of lies and said it's for Machina and that it's just a way to control people.
Everyone, this is the last time.
Alright, I'll continue in a second.
Okay?
Huh?
What I'm trying to say is, after we beat Yu Yevon, I'll disappear.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying goodbye.
Not now.
I know it's selfish, but this is my story.
So, Yu Yevon, this is Yu Yevon. I'm gonna show you something because I have to put a sensor weapon on. I know you don't have it, so I'm gonna put it on with him. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So, we'll equip the Brotherhood since it has sensor. That's right, he has 100,000 HP. Now, Overdrive Sin has more, but this is Yu Yevon. The problem is, if I attack him, he automatically heals himself for the same amount of damage. So, if you don't have break damage limit, you will never bring him down fast enough in order to hurt him. So, you always have to have break damage limit, because every time you hit him, he's going to use that. He's going to heal himself with Karaga. That's why I always say he's eternal. So with this battle, just like I say, you can hit him if you where I am. Wham! He dies in one shot. But this is Yu Yevon. This is the thing that makes Sin. This is the armor. This is what creates Sin. He attaches to an Aeon. He creates Sin to protect it, so he can constantly be Sin and destroy stuff. Yu Yevon was that summoner. The reason what happened when he created Sin, I'll say, if when he summoned it, destroyed all of Yevon's Machina cities and did all of that, he summoned it to protect Zanarkand and destroy everything to win the war. But then he ultimately couldn't control Sin, so Sin went on a rampage and he couldn't control it. Now I do have to figure out from that on, how did he get there? How did it become this? But Yu Yevon was the most powerful summoner in all of Zanarkand. And as you see, you guys have seen with me, I have got my gold trophy, the Eternal Calm. And this is the final scene. These are some of the final scenes. This is the finale, guys. We have finally beaten the game. If I have to, I'll end this quickly, and then maybe like a super short video that comes after. But we'll find out. I don't remember how long this cutscene is. These cutscenes are, but they're about to get really emotional, so you might want to bring out the waterworks. I'm actually gonna stop talking for a bit because I just want you to enjoy this scene. So I'll be back in like a second or so, just to cut back in as I see to. But I'm gonna enjoy this scene just as much as you guys are. So I'll cut out for a second. Well, I'm back. I think this is Baville. This might be, but that might be Bahamut. Wait, no, that's Animal. I think that's Animal. Or was that Balfour? As you can see, the face is starting to die off and turn into stone. I think that was Balfour and Besaid. They're all turning to stone because the fates are gone now, so there's no point. They're all dying off now. But I truly believe this is why the final Aeon is gone, because you haven't got to him. That's probably Bahamut right there. They took his he attached to him and he killed him, so that faith died. So somebody always had to become a new faith, but they would constantly die because you haven't took him. And there he is. He can finally stop dreaming. They can finally sleep. Honestly, the reason I hate this final scene is because it gets really emotional. It really sucks to watch what's about to transpire. And she's doing ascending like normal. She's sending Orin.
Don't stop.
But
Yes, you lose Orin.
It's all right. It's been long enough.
Orin is 44, so yeah.
This is your world now.
He fulfilled his promise. So Orin goes off to the far plane. I may even do a 10-2 run through. I'm really know not that much about that game, but I can at least show it. It can be pretty hard.